everyone, it's Robbie. I'm from my garden now. Let's see, Southern California 10A. Today I'm going to do a video on just my dinosaur kale. Nothing else, hopefully. I'll try to keep it short and just talk about dinosaur kale. Because so many questions have come in about my dinosaur kale, like how old is it? Do you have to pull it out? And no, this dinosaur kale behind me, though it is damaged, you can see the damage, it's going to be 4 years old in the middle of spring. Middle spring, early summer. So it's up there in age. But I want to take a walk through with you, show you what I've been doing with my dinosaur kale, and give you ideas on maybe you want to do it too, maybe you don't. But no, I do not pull out my dinosaur kale as long as it is working and growing and giving me food. It's fine. So come with me on a tour and I will tell you about what's been going on all week. And I'm going to show you all the dinosaur kale that I've got growing in my yard. Look at this field. It's from here and it goes all the way across, all the way behind me. I don't know if you can see all that. Look at that. That is all dinosaur kale. It just grows and grows and grows. And it's given us so much food. Different times of the year, you know, it may struggle a little bit. Right now, the birds have been chewing the new growth on it, and that's fine. There's so much. So whatever I don't use, if I'm not going to use, let's say this piece, this is perfect for composting. I just throw it in my compost and place bins. So no sweat. It's fine. Let the birds eat it. The rabbits have caused some damage to the bottom ones, but that's okay. So let's walk around. I want to share with you my dinosaur kale and how it grows and what I'm doing with it. So let's go. Here are the dinosaur kale that I planted this spring, early summer, will be 4 years. See the trunk on this? Now this one is damaged just from weight and it's broken, and I mean I may take it out at some point, but there's one, and let's see, that may be a cutting in here. Oh, there's another one. I planted one in the brick. See the other one in the back. Trying to see if, and you know what, this might be the other one that's in here. See the trunk? Let me back up a little bit, and it's kind of leaned in here. It goes around. Because what I did was, I believe I had gone to the dollar store and they had a little pot and there were like 4 or 5 little plants in it. Same time when I bought the collard. And so I brought them home and I planted them. So I have never needed to buy any dinosaur kale. I mean, it just grew like a tree. Probably the wood chips did help because we put wood chips all over around the top. But it just grew this massive trunk and they got really, really big. And you know, even though it's a little small right now, some of the leaves, this has been perfect. I have not bought any greens at the store in years now. But look how beautiful it is. Now they are getting chewed up by the birds. I've seen the birds coming in, and what they like is they like the new growth. See what they've done in here? They love the new growth. So then the leaves grow in and they're damaged. But you know, it's okay if I don't want to use the damaged greens in whatever I'm cooking, or if I don't want to use it, let's say in my green drink. I usually do, I just wash it. But if it's too damaged, I compost it. Dinosaur kale makes the greatest compost. But that's all the damage, those little holes you'll see all over. It's the birds. Let me show you the back side of this plant and to show you how massive it really is. Now here we're on the back side. It's gone through this fence that Gary put up for me a while back. And look how big it is, how tall it is. See the damage the birds have done? That's bird damage. And that's okay. It's the seed eaters, the insect eaters. They come on there and they love the new growth because it's sweet. And they sit there and nibble, but they're not getting it all. Look how beautiful this is. I've got plenty of beautiful greens to pick from it. Now we have had some major rainstorms and we've been cold. Today we're not bad. Today we're actually about 68 degrees and it's been raining for like a week now, and all the greens, the whole garden has absolutely loved it. And we got the other day, yesterday and the day before, within 48 hours, we had 5 inches of rain. No fun, because in one part of our house it flooded in. We didn't even realize it. I kind of smelled it and I thought, oh no, and I looked and it flooded into the bathroom. So we did have some flood damage here, probably just, I mean, like Gary said, it came in so quick and it was like rivers everywhere. So we had some flood damage. Let me go back up. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Look at the mushrooms growing in the wood chips. I'm just fascinated by nature and all that. But, you know, we have had a lot of rain, so I haven't done anything in the garden. Today's the first sunny day, and they're saying on the news that we're not going to get any more rain through the month of January. So we'll see. We have had enough rain. We've collected so much buckets of rain. I'll just use it for seedlings and different things. But see, now here's this. This is what I wanted to share with you. This is Dinosaur Kale. Look how beautiful and so green-blue it is. That's a cutting. Let me throw this in here. See, this is a cutting, and I wrapped a little tool. I should get some more soil down there, or wood chips. I wrapped a little tool around it so the rabbits won't bother it. But that was a small piece of cutting off the mother plants over there. And it's growing. And now I have another Dinosaur Kale. And let's walk over here. Here's another one. Let's see what happens when the tool comes off. This is rabbits. And they will come in here and they will eat it. So I have to put tool around it because they have gotten a liking, a taste for it. They didn't for the longest time, but they like it. The tool works perfect as long as I put it on. And then here's another one. They chewed it really bad. I just stuck it in the pot. And so I put some tool around it. That stopped it. Now I've got the wire basket, but I have to come up with something different. See, it's kind of bent. So I'm going to come up with another idea of covering that a little bit better. Or just maybe getting some of them off the ground a little bit more. But it is so easy to propagate. You know what? Let's run down to Gary's garden really quick. And I'll show you that he took some pieces off the damaged mother plants over here because they were broke. And he took a couple pieces and shoved them in the ground. So let's run down and go see what's in Gary's garden. And then we'll come on back. So now I've made a quick trip into Gary's garden, and look how green everything is from the rain. Look at that. And the plants, the growth of all this green stuff tastes so good because they love the cold. But anyways, let's go back. Here is Dinosaur Kale that Gary's got. And I know you'll say, oh, the leaves look small. He took some little cuttings from my garden, just stuck them in the ground, and look at this. Look how beautiful they are. That's all he had to do was take some cuttings, just cut them off, no preparation at all, and he just stuck it in the soil and they grew. He never planted any Dinosaur Kale down here by seed. We didn't buy any plants to transplant. I didn't grow any Dinosaur Kale from seed. I never grew any Dinosaur Kale from seed. I never needed to. But that's it. That's how easy it was. So he just stuck it in here. And he's got all this other stuff growing, and I don't want to talk about that because I said today is only Dinosaur Kale. He might even have some more among all this. I'm not going to walk through it. It's like a field of growth, and it's beautiful. It just exploded with all the rain we've had. But I just wanted to share and show you that we never planted any Dinosaur Kale in Gary's garden by seed or by transplant. It was simply a few cuttings he just stuck in the ground here. It looks like he's got about 5 cuttings here, just stuck them in one area. I guess he wasn't sure if they'd all grow, and they did. And now he's got Dinosaur Kale in his garden. So now let's go back up to my garden. Okay, now we're back up on the top of my garden because Gary's is down below. And I did want to share with you up here. I still haven't started really working in my front yard yet. But see, here's another piece. Just stuck it in here. I had some parsley growing. Okay, look at that. And look how beautiful it is. It's that easy to propagate. And then over here, I put one of those trash baskets from the 99-cent store, and I took a bunch of little cuttings. See what I did here? I made a hinge. I made 2 holes and put a little piece of wire, and then here I made this little hook. This is to keep the rabbits out, just so I can start to propagate these. And look at this. They've already set root. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little pieces. And put them in here, oh, I don't know, a week or 2 ago. And they're doing really good. It is so easy to propagate. So there is no reason why I would want to get rid of it or pull out the mother plant. Now, there are a lot of people that like to start, their Dinosaur Kale every year, and I absolutely understand it. Everybody has to do a beautiful, oh, it's split. Probably from the rain, I see the tomato split. Everybody's got to do what they want to do. Some people like to start fresh. They want a younger plant, and I absolutely understand that. It's your garden. You do whatever you want to do, because the main thing to do is garden. If you want to start a new plant every year, you want to plant it from seed, you want to get it at the nursery, new little pots of kale growing, whether they're 6-packs. The main thing I always say is grow something. And the greens are the best to grow because, number one, they're the easiest. After all, you can even grow them in your kitchen window if you wanted to, a nice sunny window, or you just stick them in a pot or in the ground in your garden. And the main thing is they're expensive. Greens are one of the most expensive things at the grocery store. And the most nutritious. Look how beautiful this baby plant is. A baby plant off the mother plant, and it's just growing. This one had a bunch of shoots. I didn't even trim this. See what I did? Just broke a piece off. It had all these growths coming up. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have 5 plants, but I'm letting this one grow into a bushy little plant, and it's growing in my compost in place. I actually planted it in this pot, but I still continue to compost in here. And that's it. And it's that simple. So I wanted to just talk about Dinosaur Kale because I'm trying to go through the questions, and there's been like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions, and I don't want to hire anybody or get somebody to answer the questions for me, because then it wouldn't be me answering it. So I'm trying to go through them, and I've just seen so many on Dinosaur Kale. I figured, you know what, I'm going to get my camera out. It's not raining today. It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's cool but nice. And I'm going to try to answer the questions on that. So do you have to pull your Dinosaur Kale out after summer? No. Do you have to pull it out after a year? No. Is it an annual? It's an annual only if you want it to be an annual. If you want, grow it as perennial. Grow it and let it grow until it dies. If you don't want it so big, cut it down, take cuttings, start it over. If you're in an area where it will not grow in the winter for whatever reason, whether it's snowing or whatever, take cuttings and bring it in the house and stick it in a pot. Come spring, when there's no more snow, put it in the ground. It doesn't seem to mind the heat too well, even though it's not as sweet when it's really hot. But for here in Southern California, they just go, go, go. So with that, I hope I've answered some of the questions. If you've got a rodent problem, get some tulle. I use tulle for everything. The main thing is putting it on. Sometimes I get sloppy and I just throw it in there, and yes, it can blow away. But that's what I wanted to share with you, is this is a great plant to grow Dinosaur Kale. I've had mine go to seed, I think once or twice only, and I never planted him from seed because I didn't need to. I like doing the cuttings. But that's not to say you can't grow it from seed. And that's Dinosaur Kale also that I stuck in a pot to propagate. I'm back in the backyard. The main thing is you grow it the way you want to grow it. If you don't want to do cuttings and you want to start it from seed, start it from seed. If you want to leave it grow, let it grow. I just want everybody to grow something. I don't care if it's a little bit of kale or a little bit of mint or a little bit of parsley. We all need to grow something. And this is just like one of the easiest plants. Grow it as a house plant in the window. Break a piece off if your friend is growing it. I mean, they propagate so easy. But try to grow something, because I think once you start to grow things and you start to eat something that you grew, it means so much, more to you than going to the store. And on top of that, you don't know how old it is when you go to the store. You know that when you pick that, it is fresh, it is good, and it's got all the nutrients in it from your garden. It's not sprayed. If you're not spraying, I don't spray. I let the birds do their thing. It hasn't been irradiated or anything. It's fresh from the garden. It's got all the enzymes and everything I need, where a lot of the stuff in the grocery store doesn't have that anymore. And so if you're buying from the grocery store and you grew a little bit of greens, and let's say some of your greens have been irradiated and they don't have all the beneficial nutrients you need, that little bit that you can add into your diet can make a world of difference. Because from the grocery store and your garden, they'll work together, and then you will be healthier. You'll feel it. I'll almost guarantee you. I don't want to guarantee you, because then you'll come back to me and say the guarantee didn't work. But the thing is, I really know you'll feel the difference. You really will feel the difference. I feel the difference. There's times when I don't eat greens. I know it. I know that I'm kind of down, or I'm just don't have the energy that I normally have. And the moment I either make a green drink or just pick from the garden, eat some greens, without even thinking about it, I feel great. And that's the thing, it really will make a difference. Look at this. I didn't even show you this in here. Let me see if I can turn the camera. Look at this. This is another cutting here. See? These are flower pots up here. Now, I can't get the camera in here, but there's flower pots up here on the top here growing in my compost in place. And when I find pieces sometimes on the ground, I just shove them in there, and look at that. They just keep growing. I've got them growing everywhere. I don't even know where they're growing. They just pop up because I've broken pieces off and just put it in the ground. The only culprit I have is the rabbits. If it's too close to the ground, they like eating it now. For about a year to 2 years, they didn't like it. They were eating other things. And then they found out, oh, this is good. You should see the size of our rabbits. They're huge. But the thing is, a little tool around the base, and they don't like it. They don't like the touch of the tool, so they won't touch it. So with that, I think I've answered your questions, but ask more. And I'll either answer your questions or I'll try to make a video to answer it more in depth, and then I'll have the people saying, oh, you could have said that in 5 minutes instead of 20. I think I over-explain myself sometimes, but I just want to make a point, and I want to make sure you understand, and I want to make sure I got it right, that what you're asking, I'm answering the right questions. So with that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget, which I do sometimes, to eat what you grow. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye. This tastes so sweet. Look at that. Is that beautiful? Look at the color on it. Bye-bye, everybody. How rude. I'm eating and talking at the same time. Shame on me.